Hi, we are Group 6, and our product is SafeSense. SafeSense is a device that will improve the health and safety of patients by reducing wheelchair-related injuries. Currently, wheelchair users are exposed to many wheelchair-related injuries over time. In 2003, over 100,000 of such injuries were treated in emergency departments in the United States alone. The most common problems wheelchair users face are pressure sores and falls. Our product would cater directly to these patients by alerting nurses and caretakers of accidents and potential for injury. Patients who are constrained to beds and wheelchairs are continuously exposed to prolonged sitting and thus are at a high risk of pressure sores. The development of these lesions can cause infections, which can cost medical bills and intense care. If patients are subjected to a pressure for more than 2 hours, they can harm the tissue around the point of contact because of the lack of oxygen flow. Once this happens, the structure of the dermis and epidermis will take a long time to heal and can be irreparably damaged and scarred. Those in wheelchairs are more susceptible to these ulcers because of sustained pressure and tissue between their hip bone and the surface of the seat. To avoid these sores, patients must regularly adjust their positions to relieve pressure. However, many forget or are unable to move. Therefore, a real-time alerting system is needed to remind them or call for help on a regular basis. In addition to pressure sores, wheelchair users can fall from overreaching, tipping, unlocked brakes, and other reasons. Also, falling can depend on a variety of factors such as how the wheelchair is powered, how the patient is restrained, and the overall physical environment. SafeSense can make a difference in how quickly others can be alerted of an accident. The target users for our product would be wheelchair-bound users, elderly care facilities, hospitals, and hospices. And here is a demonstration of our product.
Okay, so now we're going to go through a demo of our products. So through this demo, this display will show the state of our products. So it will start off in the initialized state and then go to the calibration state. And then after we press the button, it will go into the data acquire state, in which case this will be outputting the timer of the patient who's sitting on the pressure sensors. And then after we go through enough time, in the real world, it will be 2 hours. For this purpose, for the purposes of this demo, it will be 20 seconds. It'll move into our first alarm state, which is the patient idle alarm state. And then we're going to reset it by pressing this button again, which will move back into the calibration state. And then we'll repress this button to move back into the data acquire state. And then we'll be testing the fall risk state, in which case the patient will lean forward on the chair like that. And then if she leans forward far enough, then the fall risk alarm will be triggered, and then this will say fall risk, and the alarm will go off again. And then we'll reset and calibrate again, and then we'll test the fallen over state, in which case the patient has actually fallen over already, which will be triggered by a significant movement of the MyRio. So now we're going to start. So when we start, this first outputs hello world, and then it moves into the please calibrate state. So once we press this button, it says calibrating, and it takes the first measurement, and then it starts counting up. So at 10 seconds, she's going to move, and that should reset the timer. So once she moves, the timer is reset to 0 as expected. And now she's going to stay put until 20 seconds, at which time the alarm will go off and it will say patient idle. So as you can see, after 20 seconds, the alarm went off and the patient has been idle and needs to move. And again, in the real world, that will be 2 hours rather than 20 seconds. So now we're going to reset and recalibrate. And in this run through, we are going to test the fall risk. And again, that's when the patient will lean forward too far on the chair, which will indicate a risk of falling over, and the alarm will go off. So as you can see, she almost fell out of the chair, and this display indicates that by saying fall risk. So we're going to go restart again by resetting and recalibrating. And now we're going to test the patient has actually fallen over state. And in the real world, this device would be attached to the bottom of the chair, but for this purposes, we're just going to lean it over far enough. And as you can see, at a point when it's basically straight up and down, the chair has obviously fallen over, and the display says fallen over. So now we're going to stop the program, at which case this says goodbye.
So we are proud of two things in our project. The first is using the 5 pressure sensors, which are located in all 4 corners of our pad, which is on the seat of the wheelchair. And there will be 4 on each corner and 1 in the center. We are also proud of showing the specific alarm state of how the alarm is triggered. So if I'm falling or about to fall or sitting for too long, the alarm state will specifically say what needs to be changed about the wheelchair user's sitting position. So thank you for watching this demonstration. We are Group 6, and this is our product, SafeSense.